everybody. My name is Chef Leah Dean. I am the chef supervisor for Club Del Monte. My kitchen staff takes care of the El Prado cafeteria, the Trident room, and all catering events. So we thought today that we will give you some fun recipes that you can make with your family and kids so they have something to do. So today I decided to do a pizza dough recipe. So for those of you who are using active yeast, put your active yeast and your sugar in a bowl, okay? So if you just have the packets, then it's 1 packet of yeast with a pinch or 2 of sugar. And after that, you'll add lukewarm water. So lukewarm water is just warm to the touch. Okay, and then you add it together, stir it up. And the reason why you put sugar in with this is sugar helps activate yeast and it helps it grow, okay? So once you have this step done, you let this sit for 15 minutes and that will get this nice and active. Okay. So once you get your ingredients all measured out, you want them all in separate things. So this is actually called mise en place. So everything in place. So this way it's just easy to put your ingredients together. So we're gonna start with your 3 cups of flour in here. Then you're gonna take your salt. And then for those who are using instant yeast, you're gonna mix it in here, okay? So first you're gonna actually apply the dry ingredients. You're gonna mix it together so this way all the ingredients are evenly throughout the dough. The next step is you're gonna add your liquid ingredients. All right, so you start with a little bit of the water. You don't have to put it all in at once. Just do a good amount of it, and then the oil, okay? And then you take your hands and you just mix it together. All right, once everything is mixed together, you're gonna start kneading this. So by doing this by hand, it's gonna take you between 15 to 25 minutes, okay? So the process of kneading is so all the gluten in the flour comes together and you have a nice dough, okay? You just go pull out, fold in, pull out and fold in. And that's just basically the same thing over and over again until the dough is nice and smooth and it bounces back, okay? Once you're done kneading, you're going to want to make sure your dough is in a ball, and then you're going to take a large bowl. You're going to grease it, whether it's with oil or a hand spray, and then you're going to place it in the bowl. So you want the bowl to be much bigger than your dough because once it proofs, it's going to at least double in size. Okay, and then you're going to cover it, and then there's 2 ways to proof. Okay. So you can either put this in the refrigerator for 24 hours, or you put it next to your stove with your oven on to give some heat, and let this sit at room temperature for between an hour and 90 minutes. But once your dough is double in size, that is when this. So once we got the proofing done, you see that it became double in size. What we're going to do is, actually, first let me tell you if you put this in the refrigerator, you need to let it come back to room temperature before you start doing the next step, okay? So the next step is actually we're going to knead the dough again. This is just to make sure everything is still good and you see the difference in the dough. So you're just going to keep rolling it out, and this process, this time for kneading, it's only going to take more like 5 minutes. You're just rolling it out, and then we actually go to a second proof. And then that second proof is going to just take about an hour, and then you start with rolling out. So now we're to the point where we roll out the dough. So depending on how big you want your pizza, you can divide the dough or keep the same size. So if you keep the same size, this dough produces I believe a 14-inch pizza. But I'm going to actually cut this dough in half to do a little bit smaller. Okay. And then you just start rolling out. to roll out your dough, you can either use a rolling pin, or if you don't have a rolling pin, whatever ball you have available will help. And then you just start rolling it out. Just keep going back and forth, and then you keep doing quarter turns of your dough. Once you rolled out your dough to your desired thickness, whether it's a nice thick pizza or a thin crust, you're going to bake it in the oven. You preheat your oven to 450 degrees, and then you're going to bake it between 10 and about 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it. You want it to be a golden brown. All right, once your pizza dough comes out of the oven, it'll be nice and crispy, depending on the thickness again, and then ready to go. So I also have a tortilla and a bagel for us other ideas to make pizzas with your kids. All right, so we're gonna start with a savory pizza, your normal everyday pizza. So I already started with putting some marinara and my favorite mozzarella down. And then I'm just gonna choose whatever toppings I want. So whatever vegetables you like, I have like bell peppers, tomatoes, I have jalapenos, onions, anything you think of that you like, you can put it on a pizza. So I am gonna start with some pepperoni, because I know kids love pepperoni. And then just however much you want, you just put it down. And then we're gonna go with, what sounds good? I think some bell peppers sound good after this, and maybe a little bit of onions. All right, so after this, you put all your toppings down. You're gonna put it in an oven. And then depending on your oven, depends on how long it takes to melt the cheese and everything. All right, so you're gonna put your pizza in a 450 degree oven for 5 to 7 minutes, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to do a dessert pizza. It's very simple. You can either do pie filling, but for me today, I am going to do a hazelnut spread, some strawberries, marshmallow cream, and a little bit of caramel. All right, so my pizza is done. I'm just getting it out of the oven right now. Nice and crispy. There we go. All right, my dessert pizza is prepared, and now I'm going to put it in the oven. Just remember, 5 to 7 minutes. Optional, you can put drizzle some caramel on the dessert pizza.